What up, y'all? Boom, bap, boom, boom, bap, boom, bap, boom, boom, bap.
We are finally taking the kid out of school. So this right here was me all day, and it's going to be me for the next 2 weeks until he's finally done with that school. So many opportunities to give this kid what he really needs. My son, I'm going to try to maintain his privacy as much as I can until it's something I can talk to him about. I mean, I know I have like 12 subscribers, but still, it should be his decision on who knows what about him, what's said about him. My little boy is 8 years old. He's adorable, like his mother. He is on the autism spectrum, and he uses a talking device to communicate. So the school that he goes to is one that is actually specifically set up for children on the spectrum. But they were going a direction that we really weren't interested in going in. They don't assume competency, and he's 8 years old, and they talk to him like he's an infant, and he would come home and he would talk about how he really didn't like to be there. He was really being underestimated, and he wasn't getting the amount of academics that we wanted him to get. And he is a smart kid, and I know that every parent says, oh, my kid's a genius, but mine really is. Fight me. He is. So anyway, we're just excited about this. It really is going to be a good opportunity for him. It's not something I'm doing all on my own. There's other parents who had the same concerns, so we're all getting together and we're going to do this. We're all a little bit nervous, and it's a big leap, but excited at the same time. I really think that my kid, he has a message and he has things to say, and I don't think that he would be given that opportunity where he's at. So we want to, like every parent, we want to give him every opportunity. We want to give him the best shot he has, and we think it's going to be with us. His school is like 30 miles away, and it would take me about 35-40 minutes to drive him there, and then I drive back, then I'm home for a little while, then I go back out there and then drive back. So we spent a lot of time in the car, and for all the years that he was going there, I was not going to spend those mornings listening to Baby Shark or Daddy Finger. He listened to my music. I have always listened to hip hop, all kinds. And I remember I was 15. I was at Teen Club Babalu the first time I ever heard NWA, and I was like, everybody was like, what is that? We didn't know what that was, and it stuck with me, and 30 years later I still listen to it. I don't care. I was driving down the road, and I'm at a stoplight, and a couple of guys pull up, younger guys pull up next to me. They were like, what are you listening to? And I'm over in my car like, boom bap, boom ba boom bap. I'm a listener, y'all. Anyway, so I'm listening to that. Guy asked me what I'm listening to, and I'm just like, I don't even remember what it was. I told him, and he's like, oh, he's laughing. I thought that had too much bump to be Britney. Children, you don't even know, So that's my taste, and I didn't really censor much from my kid. I don't necessarily always see the point in that. I don't want anything, gruesome or scary, but certain music, it's just somebody's perspective on their life and what's going on, with them. So I'm not going to censor that. That's somebody's truth. So let it be. My son, when he uses his talking device. It's really hard to explain. Stay with me. He talks in pictures. So you or I might say, I feel happy today. And he would say, I'm glowing today. So he sees happy, as someone who's glowing and bright, and it's just, he speaks with such beautiful language, and I think he appreciates the poetry of like really lyrical hip hop music. I'm not gonna, have weird sound effects, censor that out. I mean, he's 8 years old now, he can handle it. He's not damaged. We're talking one day, and he's on his device, and he's telling me how much he loves Eazy-E. I'm like, oh, yeah, I get it. And later that same evening, he's playing, and I'm in my room, and I have a documentary on, a hip hop documentary, and I was like, yo kid, they're talking about cool herc parties. So he comes running in there like, yeah. Parenting done right. Fight me. He did say his favorite rapper was Nelly. I wish that he was, more of a Murphy Lee guy. Chingy. But that's cool. He, still loses his mind when Hypnotize comes on. I think I'm going to use that with the homeschooling. We were watching a video about how to deconstruct a rap. I had to watch it, again, I'm a listener, okay? I had to watch it like 4 times. He's typing, I understand. Give mom a minute, please. I know that he is far more intelligent than he is being given credit for. So I think, this homeschool thing is going to be great. I'm no slouch. His dad is an engineer, so he's no slouch. We'll get through this. The other parents are going to be really helpful. There's so much more to be said about having a kid on the spectrum. Not necessarily about, my son specifically, but the kids, the people in general, that I really think is so important to get out there. I don't think there are enough resources, especially for adults on the spectrum, but information for parents, it's basically they tell you to take your kid, put him somewhere, and you really don't have any idea exactly what's going on. You're not there. I'm not a huge fan of ABA, which happens to be the gold standard therapy for autism. I'm not really a big fan of it, and I don't think my son is either. I don't really think it's the way to go. I'm going to say this, unpopular opinion time, fight me. I think all parents of special needs kids should eventually come to the decision that homeschooling is really your only option. I have a guy coming over to fix my garbage disposal, and I have to spray paint something. It's nothing weird. It's not like, when I painted my plunger. So I just do some really weird shit. I painted my plunger. I don't even know what was going on that day. I'm having trouble with the metallic paint. I shook that paint for the full 2 minutes, and I can't get it to look metallic. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong here? It's spray paint. How could I mess that up? And I want to homeschool my kid. Oh my God.
Ain't got a clue. Why my cutlass blue and I got them